think that, hey, all I can eat is this. Nah, man, you can eat pretty much whatever you want.
What kind of advice would you give me to help more so incorporate faith into my family the way that it should be? Oh, y'all, here right now with my brother, man, Mike Guinn, also known as MG2 Elite Training. You know what I'm saying? We turning the I can't into I can. My boy is a holistic trainer. He does incredible pills and incredible herbal work. You know what I mean? Like, it just goes so deep, man. And just knowing you for over 20 years, dog, it's incredible to be here with you, speak with you, grow with you, and just see us here, man, as adults when we were once kids, just dreaming about things like this, man. How you doing today, my brother?
Man, I can't complain one bit, man. Hey, you know, God bless us with another day. So, you know, we here, we making things happen, and hopefully we can continue doing, you know, more things in the future. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you. I see what you got going on too, man.
Yeah. Trying to make it happen.
Yeah,
you know,
you're making it happen.
Making it happen, man. So look, I want to unpack like just your story, man. I want to unpack like we even got you here, bro. We're here literally right now in your studio, your gym, like your everything, bro. You got the sauna with the ultra red lights and the lights and waters, and you know what I mean? Like let's break all of this down, bro. Like when did you realize you wanted to do all this? Because a lot of us know you as Coach Mees.
Right.
So you've been calling yourself a coach since even before you was a coach, but you was still coaching at a young age because you was always ahead of the game. You know what I mean? You was always ahead of your time. So when did it really click that I'm going to start this, all of this that we have here?
Man, really, again, you know, with us having our background that we did, it was more track and field and, you know, just being out and about and things in that sense. So one day I was at the track over at Chafee. I was training for the 2012 Olympics.
Yeah, that's when you had Coach Black, right?
Yeah, that's when I had Coach Black.
Yeah.
So I'm training for that. And one day Coach Black said, hey, you know, I'm not going to be there. So I was there, and there was this guy named Carl Guillaume. So Carl was there, and he just looked at me. This is my second time meeting him. I seen him one time at Laverne. We raced him at Laverne before, and he told me good race.
Did you beat him?
Yeah, I beat him. I beat him. You already know what time it is. We're going to blaze him. We're going to blaze him. So he was like, he saw me, he remembered me. He was like, hey, you're going to be training people for the rest of your life, and you ain't never going to have to work for nobody ever again. And I'm like, man, yeah, right, man. I'm going to the Olympics. Like, my mindset was like on the 2012 Olympics. So, you know, after that, you know, a month goes by. I'm still training. I'm running 300s, about 70%. I'm working more so up on form, things like that. I tear my meniscus in my right knee. So when I tore my meniscus, it sat me down. I stopped training, and then about 3 weeks later, I get a call from Carl. Carl is like, hey, I'm training these kids over here in San Dimas. They need speed training. So he's like, all right, you can come out. It's about $60. You get 30. I get 30. At that time, I'm making $11.50 at this little part-time spot over in Pasadena. So $30 sound good to me. So we ran up over there. It was a great session, the whole nine. Come to find out, one of the kids that I was training, their father was Bruce Diesel, which was the strength and conditioning coach for the LA Sparks at that time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he was like, hey man, you know, you're getting my daughter faster, the whole nine, here's my card, you know, I would love to take you up under my wing, and you know, so on. So pretty much from there, it was history. You know, he put me up under his wing, he taught me everything that I need to learn. He said, you know, credentials don't matter. And that's where my mindset was at the time. I had zero credentials.
Yeah.
But he was like, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. So he was just putting me in the right spaces at that time, helped me build up the confidence in myself, and then next you know, we start these classes and everything.
Damn, man. So I want to unpack the whole credential things, right? Because so many times a lot of us get caught up in the whole fact that we don't have the credentials to do what it is we want to do,
right?
But we have the knowledge to do it. But is it something that we're stopping ourselves from doing because we feel like we have to go read a book or go take a course or go get a degree on this certain thing? How would you like encourage somebody who's out there and is getting ready to go take a course or read a book or something like that, in which I think we still need it in a certain aspect, right? But how do you just like really just limit them from spending too much time on education and really spend more time on action? How would you encourage somebody like that?
Well, yeah, I would definitely flip it like right away. Get into action. right away, because you're not going to learn nothing until you actually experience it and get into the field. So that when you do read the books, you'll already be familiar with it because you've already done it in the field. So that's the best way to go about it. Don't worry about the books right away. Get in the field, work up on it, get the experience, and then dive into the books.
So taking this fitness journey, man, led you into some other journeys as well, which include the way you eat, you know, and the way you train others to eat. So can we unpack that? Like, how are you? Do you eat meat? Do you eat vegetables? Are you like a fish guy? Like, how is it that you eat, man? Because I mean, you stay consistent with your physique.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I've been vegan for about 7 years now.
Damn. 7
years. One day, pretty much got up and started just throwing out everything in my cabinet. And it was really after learning about like Dr. Sebi. You know, one thing that I've learned about, especially, you know, just being a young black man, is that when black men get killed and it doesn't look like there's much of a reasoning behind it, 9 times out of 10, they were up to something. You know what I mean? Like they had some type of answers that, you know, we weren't aware of. So I started studying him like literally day and night. And when I seen what it was that he was doing, I decided to throw everything out, switch my entire diet, and just kept it rolling from there. So it's been like a lot of more so produce, like different vegetables and fruits and so many other different things. And initially, it was more so that, because like most vegans, they think, hey, all you can eat is fruits and vegetables. That's not the case. Anything that you want to eat, man, you can eat it. So now, like, I'm making pizzas, man. We're making different type of pastas. We literally making chicken out of, you know, like different type of mushrooms and this, that, and the third. Like, you can come to the house, man, you have a full 5-course meal and you wouldn't even really know the difference. It's like that. But that's where people get most of the misconception, is that they think that, hey, all I can eat is this. Nah, man, you can eat pretty much whatever you want. Like, you can mimic anything that you want. It's just going to be more plant-based, which is healthier for you. Like, we wasn't born to be eating a lot of these foods that are out here. You know what I mean? Like, our genetic structure wasn't created for that. So since it wasn't, and we are eating these things, now we have all these different type of diseases. Now we got cancer. Now we got diabetes. Now we got hypertension and so on. So it's not until we go back to eating how we were originated, how we were the original way of us eating, that's when we'll start, you know, basically healing ourselves. So that's my thing now, is that I want to bring these type of things back so that we can be as healthy as possible, live to 100, which we're supposed to be doing, and not 60 or 65, and go from there.
Wow. So is there anything that you have or make that can help either minimize the inflammation in the person's body or help somebody reverse diabetes or high blood pressure or cancer? Like, I mean, these are some typical things that a lot of people say they can do, but I know and I've seen you really do it. So what are some things that you actually have for people like that in these situations?
Well, with diabetes in particular, we have an herb called burdock root. So what burdock root does is it basically cleanses the blood. So with it cleaning out the blood, it gets rid of, or it basically thins the blood in a certain way to where it's not necessarily clotting. Now you don't have to necessarily worry about any shots or anything in that sense. It also ends up cleaning up your liver, and it clears up your kidney as well. So that's like one of the main ones that we end up working with that. As far as cancer, man, there's so many different herbs that go along with that, but even before we get to the herbs all the way, a lot of it is nutrition. So I'm gonna get right back to you, I promise. So I had a client that actually had cancer. She came in here, she didn't have it. She went and had, you know, some things checked out, and she comes in here and then she found out that she had colon cancer. So we sat down, we created a plan for her, which was mostly nutrition with a few different herbs, which I'll name in a second. And 8 months later, cancer's gone.
Damn.
She had 3 different opinions, kept getting checked because she couldn't believe it. Next you know, it was gone. But one of the things that I want to talk about with cancer, which is like the main thing that's knocking everybody down, is that, you know, seeded watermelon. Seeded watermelon is like one of the main go-tos, but the thing that goes above seeded watermelon is seeded grapes. And if you notice now, all the seeded stuff is gone.
Oh, yeah.
They took it all out. You know, they don't even rock with it no more because of, you know, the properties that they have in these that actually help us out, you know? So one of the things that I always talk to my clients about is like, hey, what's one of your favorite things to eat that's a fruit? and it's normally that orange, right? That what's it called? The
tangerine.
It's like a tangerine. It's called a cutie.
Oh, shit.
A cutie. You know those little cutie things?
This the soft one?
Yeah, the soft ones. They're pretty consistent for the most part, right?
Gotcha, yeah.
They taste the same. They're easy to peel, easy access, the whole nine, but they have 0 seeds. So the thing is that it's genetically modified.
I just bought some of those too.
Yeah, it's time for them to go.
But they so easy to peel, though. You just like, you done.
Remember back in the day, you try to peel them, you got all the white stuff all up on there. You like, man, I want the orange. I don't want all this peel. You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why they made it like that, was to make it like more convenient for us. But at the same time, like, this stuff is hurting us. It's GMO, genetically modified. They're not made in the farm no more. It's not grown anymore. It's made in the lab. So a nectarine or a cutie is no different from eating a now later, because it's produced pretty much the same way. Damn. You know what I mean? In the lab. Crazy, So getting back to the girl I was telling you about. The seeded watermelon was one of the top things to give her. Also the seeded grapes, and then there's a berry that we didn't learn about in school. It's called a goji berry.
I thought you about to say elderberry.
Nah, that's another one though. That's another one. That's another one we didn't learn about in school.
You put me on something right now I didn't know about.
Goji berry, man. Okay. It has so many cancer-fighting properties in there. It's ridiculous. So that's the one thing that she ended up having too. Goji berry shakes. She's putting it up on her salads, the whole nine, because she went completely plant-based for 8 months and got rid of cancer.
Damn, that's crazy, man. I heard something. You know those things that we see all the time that we used to pick up, you blow it.
Yeah.
I heard that right there has some good elements in it that helps with cancer too.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how all this stuff works, man. So let's take it back, and then we gonna come back this way.
Yeah,
right?
without a doubt.
All right, so man, we used to run track at RCC. We ran there for about 1 year or whatnot, and we had a coach named Coach Prime.
Yes, sir.
R.I.P. Coach Prime, man. But Coach Prime, dog, like, he really brought us together, you know what I mean? The West Coast, but from the down south, and, he brought people from the down south. We got Rio, DJ, Trey. We had, like, all the top dogs, right? And we had us, man, me, you, D-Man, Mo. Jared, Mo, R.I.P. Mo. And he was really able to bring us together and communicate with us on a certain level where we understood. He was able to talk our language, because we was all wilding at that time anyways. And he went through all that. So now that you're working with kids as well now, like, how do you incorporate what you've learned from Coach Prime to what you've learned, just throughout your journey and working with kids now?
Man, I don't even know where to start with that, because I really feel like, we mimic everything that Coach Prime did, from rallying them up to different sayings and things, foot placement, like form, everything. I still do the L with my kids. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, let's set up your L. We got level 1, level 2, level 3 with the arms, you know what I mean? Staring at the eyebrow, the whole nine. I incorporate everything that we learned from him, because like, he really instilled like a strong foundation, not just in myself, but I'm sure all of us. And that's never gonna go away. Big time. Could call him at any time, give us advice about anything, whether it was just life, girls, whatever. Like, he was always that guy. So I'm trying to think of a specific saying that he used to tell me, but man, it's just so many. But to be honest with you, like, one thing that he did bring out of me more than anything was like my confidence. He brought that dog out. Like, he made me more aggressive than what I was before, to where I didn't really care about nothing but just getting the job done. And I'm still the same way to this day. It's like, I don't care about nothing. Let's just get the job done, because that's what we want at the end of the day. One thing I was just telling my athletes is that what he told us at the beginning of that year is something that stuck out, because you can manifest like your future. And Coach Prime, he saw what was getting ready to happen before it happened. He said, look, you guys are either gonna win it all or gonna be known as a team that should have won it all.
Damn.
I'll never forget that. And what happened?
We won it all.
No, we were the team that should have won it all.
We won Southern Conference.
We won SoCal. Yeah, we won SoCal, but we won the whole thing. We did win SoCal. I give that props. RCC hadn't did that ever. But when it came to state, we lost by what, 2 points?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by it all. But those are things that stick out to me to this day. And the way that he challenged us, he didn't allow us to be mediocre at all. He really wanted to pull out the best of us, no matter what. And I feel like he did that. He gave us like a real sense of camaraderie too, because I had your back, we just met. I had your back, you had my back. Everybody had everybody's back. Like, that's just what it was.
And the thing is, like, we were known as like the bad boys in track. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was, remember what was that? I forgot where it was, man. We were somewhere, man.
Golden West.
Golden West.
Yeah.
Was that when
Golden West.
We got into it with the football players? Yeah, man. That was crazy, man.
I got it. And I didn't even do nothing.
Yeah, that was crazy. You was trying to hold me back, man. Man, we was wilding back then, dog. But you know what I mean? Like, we here now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I remember with Coach Prime, even at practice, like he trained us to coach ourselves.
Right.
He used to always say, I'm coaching y'all on how to coach yourselves.
Right.
And I find myself saying that to my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One of my daughter's prayers that night is, I have one and only one ambition in life, to be the best. What else is there? You know what I mean? And it would be times though where, because we know he did, certain things outside of track where he was very vigilant. So we'll feel like he's watching us from somewhere. He might not even be there, or he might be there. You just never know. So how do you incorporate that into like your training now? Not just with the kids, but just with people in general. Those things. You know what I mean?
The thing is that you got to have a few things, especially since I train more young men than anything. I always talk to them about honor. I always talk to them about loyalty, and I always talk to them about respect, which basically goes into the whole honor thing. So when they have those things that play a part into, once they instill like those things, then I don't have to worry about them no more, because I know you're gonna be loyal to the program. Like, I don't have to watch you and make sure that you're doing everything, because you truly understand what the process is. A client and I just had this conversation the other day. It's like, I got this guy running up the street, and like there's a blind spot because you got to make a left before you come back up over here. So when he runs, he has to make a time. 2 minutes is a time. He hits the corner, but little does he know, I'm about to meet you up on the other side to see if he's still running. Not even really to see if he's still running, just to encourage you, really. But I see that he stopped and he started walking. And I'm yelling now. Now I'm furious because I know he could get this thing done. This is your 4th try. And he misses it by 2 seconds. Yeah. Oh, man, earful. Dang. He had to hear it. I'm like, man, like loyalty, man. You gotta honor and know the process. If you loyal, like you can't switch up just because I'm not looking. You still gotta run the play. Like whether I'm there or I'm not. So he understands now, and like a lot of my clients, it's the same thing. Like, I don't want to be up on your tail like the whole entire time. I want to give you some free will. That's what life is about.
You got integrity.
You got to have it. You got to have it. So once that's all instilled in them, and I don't have no issues because they get stuff done, and then it also results on on the field, on the track, on the basketball court, or on the scale.
That just saying that, man, just gave me an image and a vision of how you was back in the day, dog. Like, even though you was an athlete, you was still like yelling at motherfuckers too, like, hey man, come on, we got it. You know what I mean? Like, you was passionate about your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can just imagine how you are now, especially with the knowledge. You have to go with the passion. Right. You know what I mean? So someone who's looking to get into the fitness world, someone who's looking to, be, exactly what it is you're being, which is incorporating fitness with nutrition and being holistic as well. What are some of the steps that they can take to even like build something like what you have here, man? And like, we're going to show it too, but I mean, you have an amazing space here and it feels so good. What are some of the steps that somebody can take to get to where you are?
Well, the thing is, first you got to dedicate your life to God, because without Him, you can't do nothing. Point blank, period. Tithing is real important because that's how you're going to make sure that you get your money back from any type of investments that you end up making. He's going to make sure that you're taken care of. When it comes to actually being able to produce something like this, you got to have a team with you, people that can actually look and be able to point things out. somebody actually found this space for me. A good friend of mine found the space for me and said, hey, come check this thing on out. And, you know, we basically ended up getting the space, but it took years of building inside the community and showing face. Like now the community sees like, hey, I can trust this guy because I can trust that he's going to be here at Chafee at 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning on weekends and things like that. After you end up building that trust and that, it's pretty much a done deal. It wasn't that I was attempting to build the trust intentionally. It was just who I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, with that, you end up gaining more clients. With gaining more clients, you're able to gain more revenue. With gaining more revenue, now you have the opportunity to, you know, look for spaces like this to be able to, you know, make a greater experience or be able to help, you know, people advance a whole lot quicker.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. So like, I remember your mom's, man. Like your mom's, I feel like plays a major role in your life. Your sister plays a major role in your life. You know, like, man, I remember when moms go out of town. I don't know if I can say this, man, but
go ahead. She knows.
Hey,
I told her.
hey, Mike's house used to go up, man. I mean, his birthday parties. I mean, just regular parties. Mom's was out of town. I mean, we had Mike's, man. And we just called up everybody. We knew everybody.
Everybody.
Man, just send out a group text, and man, we had it popping, man. We had it popping.
AOL Messenger.
Yeah. We had the sidekicks, all that. Yeah. So, you know, like, what kind of role did mom play in your life to even, you know, have you have this vision and see the things that you see now and have the things you have now?
My mom never gave up. You know what I mean? Like with the limited resources that she had, especially moving out here from Alabama, and this is like a brand new start for her. She just made it happen. Like no matter what, you got 2 kids, you're a single mom. You're working literally all day. You're just figuring things out, and for her to never give up, you know, that is still like that same thing up in me, to where I don't give up. Like I make it happen, like no matter what. So like that was my major role. She didn't have to say nothing specifically to me. It was just by action. She showed me like, hey, you know, I'm gonna get up 5 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be at work. I'm not gonna be back till 6. Don't open the door for nobody. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And you know, that was really, really huge for me. And she also kept me in the word. Like whenever something happened, she'll point out different scriptures and things for me. And the scriptures, you know, it brought revelation to me even as a young kid, to where I had something to like, you know, hang my hat on and know that, you know, I can do all things, you know what I mean? And that's what, you know, the foundation is all about. You know, I can do all things through Christ's foundation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
watch this, y'all. Hey, so you're a USC fan, right?
Cool.
You're a USC fan, right? Who your college team, dog?
No, there we rolling time, baby.
Mobile, huh?
Yeah, you got to, man. It's only one way.
Man, dog, I remember to me, you put Alabama Mobile on the map, dog.
Yeah.
You was always going back and forth. And Coach K, man, like, it's crazy, man.
That's still my dog. He's in Albuquerque now.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. So let's talk about faith a little bit.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a point where, you know, you were just living life and, you know, although you had your faith close to your heart, it just felt like you were venturing off, you know, to the other side. Not the other side, but just without it in a sense. Was there ever a point in your life that you felt like that?
Yeah, man, I felt like that pretty often. It was a few times. There was actually one time where, you know, I was getting pretty much everything that I wanted. You know, I went from that trainer that was making 4 digits a month to making 5 digits a month, to where, you know, when you're making 5 digits and you early 20s or late 20s, I'm sorry, can't nobody really tell you nothing. So I started doing a whole lot more than what I was supposed to be doing at that time, you know, going out the country, just living, and pretty much just going out by myself, dealing with different women, of course, because, you know, that's part of, you know, the fantasy at that time, you know, when you're young and you got money, and just pretty much doing everything that I wasn't supposed to be doing, just exploring, man. Thank God he brought me back in. You know what I mean? Because hey, I loved life. You know what I mean? Just looking back at it now, I love the experience that it brought me, as far as, you know, just being able to, you know, just see different countries and things in that sense. But had I maintained that, I don't know where I would end up being like right now. So he had to, you know, humble me. He had to bring me back. Like, hold on, wait a minute, man. You still making everything about you, but I called you to do something else. So when I seen, or I finally took in what it was that he was telling me, I made it less about me and more about him. and now, you know, everything is just rolling at a whole nother level. Like, man, I ain't been this happy in a long time. And I'm happy because I'm doing what he called me to do. Like, I'm fulfilling my purpose opposed to fulfilling what I want to do. You know, it's easy to be like, man, I want a Happy Meal or something, go get a Happy Meal and you happy. But like when you dying to yourself every day and doing something that, you know, the Lord wants you to do, oh man, it's completely different.
Word. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And I like how you put that too, man. And, you know, I mean, I know you from being a ladies' man as well, because that's just how we were, you know. But one thing about you that was like different, I would say, than like the rest of our group was like, when you found somebody, you left hard.
Oh, big time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you put everything aside. I mean, we had like all the girls, right? But when you found one, like, you go rock with her for a minute, you know, and then all the other stuff didn't matter to you at that time. Like, did you ever see me do that?
Who? What? Come on, man. Nah, man. Okay. Until you got married, that's when I knew. When you was flying back and forth to Utah and stuff like that, that's when I was like, okay, somebody got him. Like, it's a wrap. So before then, nah. Man. I mean, thinking about, you know, the dorms and everything like that. I'm like, man, who this? Who's this? Like, what's going on?
You know, we moved to South LA in it was the Mexican hood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like up over there.
Yeah,
over there.
Yeah, we had that shit popping, man.
Yeah, big time, man. It was huge over there. Like, we had so much fun, and even like the house parties, I still think about those from time to time. You know, just. We was just young and just living, you know what I mean? Like, we had dreamed about that because when we was at JC, we was like, yeah, we gonna go off to college and do X, Y, Z. You know, we basically manifested our future. I didn't know that, you know, it was gonna be us two that were at the same, you know, college, because, you know, we had offers to go everywhere. But we also had an opportunity to be able to run together and go to school and stuff together. So, you know, we jumped up on it. And I'm so glad that it turned out the way that it did because, man, it advanced us so much. So much, man. So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, Cal State LA, man.
Cal State LA, yeah. Me, you, D-Man. Man, we had it popping, dog.
Yeah.
We definitely had it popping, man. But, you know, I say all of this to say, if it wasn't for the life we live, like, you know, I mean, from my own perspective, you know, being who I was and the things I did at the time, I wouldn't have been able to see the value of my wife now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just like nobody knew, and that even ties into underestimating my potential. Nobody knew I had the potential to just settle down and be a family man. You know what I mean? But I did, and I am. You know, and it's the best decision I ever made.
Right.
You know, I think with me, you know, incorporating faith is something big, because my wife, she's a, you know, diehard Christian and everything too, and she opened my eyes up to a lot of these, you know, a lot of the scriptures and things like that as well. My daughter, True, she's like naturally just into God and into the Bible just naturally, dog. You know what I mean? And like, I'm trying to do better, you know, make sure we go to church and all this, because I'm always working, but I have to take the time to incorporate faith. Man, what kind of advice would you give me to help more so incorporate faith into my family the way that it should be?
Man, you just got to get up and go. Like, find a service and get up and go. But, you know, make sure it's the right place, because everybody right now isn't doing, you know, the right thing as far as, you know, the Christian churches or whatnot. So once you get up and go in there and then you actually feel the Holy Spirit, man, it changes everything, because you'll feel it. You'll feel it when you're in the right space. And when you're not in the right space, you're going to know as well. So that's going to change everything for you. Like, revelation is going to end up coming from it. And then that's going to be a place to where you're going to always want to be. So, you know, like, even right now, you probably have a space that's like, yo, this space feels so good. The churches, the right church is going to feel just like that, and then you're going to end up getting so much information, and that's going to actually end up feeding into you, because now you're learning about who God is, who Jesus is, and like what He's done for us, like, which is dying on the cross, you know, for our sins and everything. And there's going to be certain scriptures that's going to hit you like really hard, to where you're going to start being able to apply those scriptures. He's going to tell you exactly who you are, because the thing is that God don't want us to be in poverty. He don't. He wants us to have abundance, and He's going to teach you how to do that. He's going to teach you how to gain wealth. He's going to give you the knowledge and wisdom and things that you need to have to help build up not just, you know, the kingdom, but the next generation coming up after us. So that's where we are now, you know, being in our, you know, later 30s. Like, it's not about us. It's about, you know, gaining, you know, everything that we can from these churches and pouring it out into the youth and then going from there. So your faith ends up, you know, growing based off of being obedient.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm definitely going to incorporate that as well.
Oh, y'all. What's up, my future real estate moguls? Welcome to Parasite Systems, which stands for Plug and Play Real Estate, where we're all about helping you shine in any market. I'm Francis John Nunez, and I am absolutely thrilled you decided to stop by. Imagine having compelling letters ready to go for off-market prospecting, client acquisition, referrals, buyer and seller correspondence, and so much more. It's like having a secret weapon in your real estate arsenal. But hold on, because we got something even more exciting for you. For a limited time, we're offering our complete real estate letter bundle, not for the regular price of $1,798, but for an exclusive price of $298. Inside the bundle, you'll find over 300 letter templates that cover every aspect of the real estate game. Each template is crafted to captivate and engage your audience, saving you time and ensuring that the message hits right on time every time. And all you have to do is put your name on it, your email, phone number, and DRE number. Isn't this wonderful? But look, here's the real game changer. You can now take your marketing to the next level effortlessly. Just add your information, change the photos, and customize the colors to align with your personal brand. Elevate your brand and captivate your audience with a diverse range of templates. Don't miss out. Seize this opportunity now. Upgrade to the complete package and transform your real estate promotions like never before. Just click on the link below and unlock the power of over 70 templates for today's exclusive price. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to what fellow real estate professionals are saying about how these letters help transform their real estate business.
I just got the Parasite system, phenomenal system, a lot of value to it.
Here outdoor knocking today, we're gonna do 25 doors at least. We have our Parasite systems with us.
And the Parasite system is amazing.
I started to really sit down and look at, okay, well, what are some of the areas that I wanna focus on? I'm like, wow, this program has everything and more.
Dude, if you're a new realtor in the business or even a seasoned realtor who's been in the business for a while, you want to check out his content. It's full of content. He has a vault full of content. It'll help generate more business for you.
Like, I am a new agent, but it's helped me get through my process pretty simple. Like, I don't have to feel any anxiety that I'm messing something up or saying the wrong thing.
I'm a new agent, so I feel like this is gonna blow up my business.
If you're a real estate agent and don't have the Parasite system, you're missing out.
Parasite Systems, I want to thank you so much. Everything that I do, all I have to do is just plug my name in and boom, start sending away. I really appreciate you. This is an awesome system.
And I think what I love most is the intention behind it. Like, it's built by, you know, realtors for realtors. And it's just a full circle program. And so just want to share that. I love it, so and I think you will too.
So check it out. I think it's worth every time and every penny you're gonna spend on it. And if you don't try, you will never know.
Get it today, order it. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. This is a really good system.
Here's to your success. See you on the other side.
Talk to me about branding, man. Like how important is it for, you know, to brand? You know what I mean? Because everywhere you go, you got your shirt on. You know what I mean?
Man, it's the most important thing. I had a conversation with somebody and they just told me, like, hey, you got to brand yourself a little bit more because normally, you know, we think, you know, face card or, you know, just showing up or whatever, that's pretty much branding you can have on anything. But when you got your logo everywhere and people have something to identify with that, man, it changes the game. And you know how it is. People see something 21 days straight. It's like, you know, let me go ahead and check that place out. Let me give this place a call. Let me buy something from that website. So branding is really important. You want to put your brand on, or you want to put your logo on pretty much everything, whether it's a cap, a shirt, socks, like any and everything. So branding is very, very, very important.
I didn't think about the socks, man. You got the Nike socks on, but but talk to me about Nike and M2G, man.
So Nike and MG2 Elite Training plus the ICANN Foundation. Well, the ICANN Foundation is basically like a nonprofit that we have that is under the umbrella of the MG2 Elite Training umbrella. So ICANN Foundation, basically, like I said, I can do all things through Christ is for the youth. What we do is we prepare the youth for their opportunities as they come. Because a lot of times, you know, the youth, like, they have all the talent and everything, but they may not know how to speak to somebody properly. They may not be up in the mental space. Like, they may not have like leadership skills. They may not know how to work with other people. all of those things, man, we try to make sure that they're prepared by, assisting up in those areas, amongst other things. So what we did with Nike is that we teamed up with them, and we're doing different type of events, whether it's the Kids Fit Fun Day, which is like the most popular event that we have out here right now. So Nike comes out and they assist us with everything that we have going on, whether it's setting up, putting down, the whole nine. So we are community ambassadors. And that's what Nike is all about, is Nike Community Ambassadors. They call it the NCA program. So they come out, they assist, they give away stuff to the kids, the whole nine. So it's all about, upbringing the youth and bringing them up, the right way. Because when they see us, they're like, okay, you guys are pretty much like doing it the right way. You guys aren't, feeding the kids any nonsense or anything. So those are our partners. Nike is our partner, and it's actually going beyond that. But I'm going to save that for the next one, man. It's a couple of stamps that we got to put down, but it's really exciting, and it goes beyond the community aspect. Everything is community, but it goes beyond the NCA agreement that we have right now. So Nike has been like a major contributor with everything that we're doing as far as the ICANN Foundation goes.
That's crazy. So look, I like to say that there's two different kind of trainers, right? There's a fat trainer who can still get you in shape because they know the information.
Right.
And then there's an in-shape trainer who's doing what they're telling you to do. I would consider you, of course, an in-shape trainer. You know what I mean? Somebody who's utilizing the information for yourself. Now, for somebody who's looking for a trainer and is just like, man, I don't know how to find the right one, or they might go to like a corporate facility like like a 24 Fitness or a Choose or something like that, and then they have these trainers there that aren't necessarily in the best shape, but they're already a member of this gym. What is it that will make them choose somebody like you who is in good shape, has their own gym facility, and can really get them right? Like, how would you swing somebody from that direction to come this direction and work with you?
Well, number one, you always got to lead by example. That's key to anything. So meeting with somebody, having that one-on-one conversation with them, allowing them to come in, tour the gym, and actually be able to, I'm just gonna say, catch a vibe, see what it is that I'm all about, that'll actually, persuade them to an extent. I'm just gonna use that word for now, to actually coming in and training with me. It's very, very rare that somebody can walk in here and walk out and say, no, thank you, because they know, they know the vibes, for lack of a better term right now. But I'm just completely honest with everybody. I allow them to know what I am able to do, what I'm not able to do, and what we can end up doing together. And we end up going from there, because I know that we can get to where they want to be. But one thing that I'm not able to do is to babysit all day. They're going to have to take some accountability up on their own. And then, we end up taking it from there. I'll make sure I map everything out to where, they cannot fail. But they ultimately have to make that choice whether or not they're going to fail or not. Because failing is a choice.
It is. So when you wake up pretty early, man, what time do you normally wake up?
3:30.
3:30 easy.
3:30 straight to prayer.
3:30 straight to prayer.
Straight to prayer.
Wow. And what time do you have to go to sleep to wake up at 3:30?
Oh man, my goal is to be asleep by about 10 o'clock.
Wait, I thought you were about to say like 7 or something. So you go to sleep at 10 and you wake up at 3.
Yeah, I'm not done training until about 8.
Damn, that's crazy, dog. Wow, that's crazy. So what has being able to wake up that early done for you?
Well, it gives me that one-on-one time with God, which is the most important thing. There's something about waking up early to where like the world is just like completely quiet. You don't have to worry about like nobody texting you or bothering you, that like I've been taking advantage of for the past 12 years.
Damn.
And I believe that has a lot to do with why I'm where I'm at. I think that has a lot to do with why, God has been able to have time to program me the way that he has, is because he's not fighting for my attention at that time. Once the day gets rolling, 7 o'clock hit, oh man, people fighting for your attention. The text messages are coming through. You got the kids, you got, wives and different things, and, people that you have to tend to at that time. But 3:30, nobody's checking for you. But him, you know what I mean? So
that's funny.
So, man. You got to holler at him. So basically, it instilled a lot of discipline up in me, and I feel like it advanced my character to an extent, and so many other things, man. I just feel more confident, and I feel more I feel more complete in doing that.
Wow, that's crazy, man. You know what's crazy, man? Like looking at you, I'm looking at a reflection of myself, and I'm looking at it like, man, we used to party, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had the car club show-offs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had like, man, at my house we was throwing parties, and like it was just crazy, man. Like we were really wilding. But I'm looking at you, and it's like you wouldn't even be able to tell if nobody know who you are. Like they wouldn't be able to tell all the stuff, the fights, all that stuff, man. Like they wouldn't be able to tell. And I'm like, damn, that's probably crazy. They're like, people look at me, they probably look at the same thing. Like they couldn't see my past.
Right.
They just see what's here right now. Now, what's important, man, when you meet somebody for the first time, and do you unpack your story to them quickly? I don't really feel like you're that type of person, man, because like you're somebody who I would consider an onion. You have so many different layers to you. You don't smell like an onion, man, but you know what I mean? Yeah. you got a lot of different layers to you, but you're not just going to give somebody all the layers at once.
Right.
So what is the process, man, for someone to get to know you? You know, like how does that work?
Well, you got to have discernment, number one. If you have great discernment, you pretty much know who you can unpack with and know who you cannot. And once I pretty much feel somebody out, I can tell, like, whether or not I can share something with you. But a lot of times I let the Lord use me. It might be like a specific story that I just got to get out to this person to get them to the next level. It doesn't necessarily have to be everything that's going on with me, but it can be something that's specific that will spark something in them to get them going. And then from there on, you know, we may end up growing with some type of friendship, and then we end up going from there. But for the most part, like I'm pretty reserved. I'm actually getting to a point now to where I'm getting a little bit more open, and that comes with confidence, because the thing is that we've all been through something, man. We've all been through something, and it's easier to say it now, like, hey, you know, this is what I did back in the day, and look at where God brought me from. And what does that do? That encourages the next generation. That encourages the nenext person to not be ashamed of your past. You know, look at your past. Okay, yeah, I was that, but this is me now. You know? Yeah,
and you speaking right to me, man. Because I'm barely being able to get my story the way you know what I mean, it should be given. You know what I'm saying? Like so many times I would just present myself as this is who I am, and not allow people to know why I am the way I am. But now I'm to the point now in my life where I'm allowing people to know why I am the way I am. You know what I mean? But even so, it's still kind of hard to unpack everything, you know? But Tim Story once told me, only a fool would tell his whole heart, you know? Only a fool would tell his whole heart. And that's a scripture out of the Bible, you know? So, yeah, man, like how can people find you, bro? Like if they want to come train with you, if they want to know more about, you know, what it is that you have to offer in regards to, you know, the solutions, the holistic solution, the physical solution, like how do they find you?
Well, mg2elitetraining.com, MGII elitetraining.com. That's one way that you can find me and see what it is that we offer. We have, you know, different exercise programs, meal plan programs, herbs, bands, training bands, apparel. We have all of those things. So once you go up on the line, you'll be able to see a lot of things, including ways to be able to donate to the foundation if it's in your heart. Also, we're right here up in Fontana off of Sierra. The address here is 8689 Sierra Avenue. You can come here and visit. I normally recommend for people to give a call first, because this is a private gym. So 9 times out of 10, I'm working with somebody. So if you call 909-457-7887, I'll get with you, and then we can set up an appointment. You can come in, get a consultation, and then we end up going from there.
Cool, man. I love it. I love it. Let's just say, for example, somebody comes in, set up a consultation, say, I want to move forward. Do you have anything that'll help them kind of break down what they already have in their system, break down what's actually going to be good for them, what they should stay away from, what they should move towards in regards to like food or vitamins or anything like that?
Well, that's part of the consultation process. There is when we sit down and we talk, they basically, hopefully they're being honest, they tell me everything that they are doing, and I'm able to break things down based off of, you know, what they're already consuming. But in addition to that, I have the InBody machine, and the InBody machine basically tells you what your body fat percentage is, how much muscle that you have inside your body, what your weight is, of course, how much water you have in your body, and so on. So once, you know, a lot of the clients get a glimpse of that, it's like they come to a wow moment, because you know, you never know. And this machine is, I believe it's 99% accurate as well. The only other machine the only other way to know your body fat that's more accurate than that is actually dipping yourself in water and they do that over at the doctors, and they have different tanks and things for that. So the machine that we have, man, is A1.
I never even heard of that, man. But yeah, man, so you heard it from the man himself, man. MG2, Mike Guinn II. You know what I mean? Raising up Mike Guinn III. Mike Guinn III, if you ever see this, man, just know that your dad is an incredible person, man. He's pouring in so much knowledge into you, into the world, and I can't wait to see what you end up being, and I can't wait to see what the people out there who are watching this, you know, and get in contact with Mike end up being as well. So, I mean, man, it was a pleasure sitting down with you, my brother. Man. You know what I'm saying? And until next time, man.
Let's make it happen.
Oh, yeah. So, if you really want to understand what it is that Mike do and what it is that he has, I mean, we're going to talk about it right now. You actually have some products with you right here, right now, man. Let's unpack it, man. Tell me what you have here.
Definitely, man. So, basically, this one right here, this is CMOS mixed with bladderwrack. So, what CMOS does is it provides you with minerals and vitamins. So, it has a bunch of B complex vitamins, such as like B12 in there. A lot of people be wondering, like, man, where can I get energy from, you know, just being a vegan? You get it from the CMOS because it got B12 up in it. It also has 92 minerals that you know your body needs, such as like iron, you know, magnesium, zinc, all those things up in there. Now the bladderwrack portion of it, what that does is it goes inside your body and it cleans out like all the fecal matter, things that are just pretty much lingering in your body, and then the CMOS comes back in and basically, you know, replenishes you with all the minerals and stuff. So yeah, this is like one of my superpowers right here. This is one of the things that actually, you know, kept me going, you know, the past 7 years. It helps me with my energy. It helps me with my mental clarity. It helps me with just so many different things, my bone structure, because with the magnesium in there, it helps you keep, you know, strong bones. Testosterone levels is up, you know, the whole nine. One thing that I've been sharing lately with people is that, you know, since I've been vegan and taking things such as this, I ended up opening up 5 more businesses. So the first 6 years, you know, it was just strictly training. But after that, you know, we got Vegan Eats, you know, we have the limousine company. And all of those things, you know what I mean? It's plus with that. So this is like a superpower for me. We actually went down to Jamaica and we weren't able to dive and get any at that time because it had just started getting popular. We were taking it since 2017, but when the pandemic happened in 2020, everybody was shooting down to Jamaica and, you know, scooping it up and selling it because it became like the hottest thing. So I took a flight down there and I tried to get some myself. I wanted to dive and have like the whole experience and everything like that. But when it was time to do it, there was none there. So what happened was, man, we went to the hood. The dude took me to the hood, like, man, the Rastas was up out there with the machetes, you know, smoking their weed and drinking their drink, you know, the whole night, and they ended up bringing me a few pounds, and I ended up bringing it back to the U.S. So, like, when I'm shipping out, it's legit. Like, I was on some Frank Lucas type stuff, you know what I mean? Hey, that was my mindset at the time. I was like, man, I'm about to go out there and go get it myself, because the thing is that people was putting like fentanyl and different things in there. So you need to be able to get some herbs from somebody that you can actually trust. You know what I mean?
You make these yourself?
I make them myself. Wow. A to Z.
Wow. So you had a whole machine and everything that you know, grinds everything up and then encapsulate and everything.
Entire process is me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I do the entire process. So this is the one right here. This is a life changer. Wow. For sure. Also, it helps with like weight loss and stuff too. So that's where it correlates with, you know, the whole fitness portion of everything.
And with that vitamin B, that's good for like muscle retention as well, right? Magnesium.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, more so bones. Magnesium is more bones.
Okay. What about She Legit? You have anything that you
No, I've been hearing a lot about it. I haven't dove deep enough to like really see what that thing is all about, because that one's really new. I think they've been talking about it for a year. A year is new in health. So I don't like to give people things that are too new, because we don't know what it's actually going to end up doing like 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line or whatnot. So something like CMOS, you know, I tried on myself first, and then, you know, once I seen the results from it, now I can push it on out. So I'll have to get some, I'll have to test it, and if the trials and everything work well, that's something that I can pretty much endorse.
Yeah, you know who put me on She Legit?
Who's that?
Coach Prime.
Coach P?
Back in the
so
day.
back then he was talking about that?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah, back at the RCC day.
Okay.
He put me on that because I was the knees and all that stuff,
Yeah.
man. So I started taking that, and I was like,
It was
fluid.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked, man, for sure, man.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to tap in there. Because that was some years. That was 2004, 2005. Oh,
How many bottles you got over there?
Man, I got quite a few. So this next one right here, Parasite Killers. Now, this is our #1 product right here because everybody got parasites. Whether you're eating any type of meat, mostly like fishes and like shrimps and things like that, they all carry parasites up in them. So with the parasites, this thing right here, it goes inside your body, and what it does is it acts like an atomic bomb, man. It just goes in there, just blowing up all the parasites. So they just getting hit left and right. It's like a war up in there, man. So they all get blown up, and then you push them on out once you end up using the restroom or whatnot. But what the parasites do is they go in your body and they basically rob you of all your nutrients. So what we do is, we as far as our diets and stuff like that, we pay so close attention to it now, especially as we're getting a little bit older, and we're trying to make sure that we're accessing the right fruits and vegetables to make sure that we're getting the right nutrients. Now, if you have parasites, none of that stuff is gonna matter because these things are gonna eat them all up before they can, go into like your cells or your bloodstream or anything in that sense. So Parasite Killers, these are like a must. This is something I take every single day, and it also helps clear up like your large intestine. So anything that might be blocking your intestine, which is slowing you down from using, the restroom, this will unblock that. So it's really good for women because, sometimes women use the bathroom like once a week, three times during the week or whatever the case is. So this unplugs their large intestine, and then they'll start using the bathroom a whole lot more often.
Wow.
Because you should be using the bathroom pretty much after every meal.
Yeah.
Not after every 10, 12 meals.
Yeah, shit, I'm every meal, man.
Yeah, pretty regular. So that's good. I mean, you got a pretty healthy colon. That's a good thing. So that's Parasite Killers. This one right here, man, this is my baby. So this is Boswellia.
I can see the passion in it, right?
Man, I love this thing because you're going to love it too. And actually, the world is going to end up loving this. It's called Boswellia. So Boswellia is a herb that comes from India, from the Boswellia tree. It's basically frankincense. Have you heard of frankincense?
Yeah, like Frankincense disease.
Yeah, they frankincense.
That's Parkinson. I'm
I'm like, I don't know that.
It just seemed like we're right there, man, perfectly with each other.
The ins.
Let's go.
But it's all good. So they got frankincense. Frankincense is in the Bible. You good. Man, they have frankincense over there up in the Bible, right? So what frankincense is, it's a natural ibuprofen.
What?
Natural ibuprofen. Pain reliever.
Oh, that's crazy.
So now you don't have to worry about Tylenol no more, Advil and all that other stuff, those extra strengths and stuff like that no more. They have all the fillers and everything up in it. Now you got Boswellia. So this right here is going to get rid of all the pain up in your body. It's going to help get rid of inflammation inside of your body. And then it also has some cancer fighting properties up in this thing too.
So is this something you take every day or only like you got like a headache or you hurt?
I would recommend you take it like when something is going on with you. Every 3 to 4 hours. Every 3 to 4 hours. So the prescription, it works the same way as if you were taking like an Advil or something like that. Okay. So yeah, you could take it every day if you want to, but every 3 to 4 hours. And every day is more of like a preventative measure. You know what I mean? To make sure that you're not gonna get a headache later on, or if your body hurting when you normally wake up, like how we were talking about, you ain't gotta worry about it when you take this bad boy right here. So that's Bay. Oh man, this one right here. This is for the ladies. This is for the ladies.
This is for the ladies.
This is for the ladies right here. So red clover. So red clover right there, right here. What this does is this helps keeps their their hormones balanced.
Oh what?
So it helps with like their menstrual cycles and like menopausal symptoms and everything like that. So if they're getting too hot, this helps cool them down. If like they normally get really angry like during that time of the month, this helps keep them calm. So you might have to. I'll just try it. But this is that one right here that ends up helping everything. Again, well, with this one, like preventative measures is really important. So if you're taking this one like pretty much like the whole entire month, and then that time of the month comes, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna have like no issues as far as, you know, being upset or, you know, being too hot or anything in that sense.
Oh, that's crazy.
But if you try to take it like right when it's happening, it's gonna help you out a little bit, but not as much. So I'd much rather people use this as a preventative measure. Take 1 or 2 of these things pretty much a day, and you good.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
Also helps with cholesterol too.
Oh, that's real good. Yeah.
High cholesterol, that helps get you back right. Dandelion, man, this is like a OG for us. So Dandelion is Dandelion helps assist in weight loss, and then it also helps with the liver. So, you know, back in the day, you know, all the alcohol and stuff, you know, we probably consuming, we probably, you know, messed up the liver a little bit. And even for the people that are, you know, avid, you know, alcohol drinkers right now, if you still, you know, doing your thing, this is like the one for you. This actually repairs the liver. Completely repairs.
Wait, hold on. What is a dandelion? Is that the one that's not the one you blow off, right?
No, it's not that one. It's a green. It's more of a green, leafy looking herb. It almost looks like. Have you seen arugula? But it's not dark like arugula. But it's green. It's leafy. It's leafy. Like you can eat dandelion. You can make a salad out of dandelion. It looks a little more like that. So that, man, you don't even necessarily have to take pills. If you eat it every day, like it's gonna give you like the same benefits because now you're eating it at the raw form too. So it gets in the bloodstream a whole lot faster, the whole 9. But this main function is repairing the liver. What it does also is it helps with the kidney too. It helps the kidney be able to function properly. You know, so that's a winner right here. This one. What else I got? Limitless. Now this one has become very, very, very popular. Like within like the last year. Limitless is exactly like the movie.
What?
Have you seen the movie?
Man, I got the word tatted on my arm, man.
There it is. So that means that this is for you.
See, limitless.
Limitless.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's just like taking that blue pill. It ends up opening up new neural pathways in your mind, making it easier for you to be able to access information, access memories, learn new things. Like when you're reading books and stuff like that. You know, sometimes you can read and be like, man, what did I just read? Once you finish reading, no. You're in the story. Like you're part of the story.
Word.
So like you remember everything that you read, you're able to, you know, recite it, you know, the whole 9. And then, like I said, the ideas and things that you end up getting from taking something like this are off the chart. You'll start a new business with something like this and you'll know how to make it function from A to Z.
I believe you, though. You started
Just
5
like
minutes just like that.
Hey,
right there.
Putting the right stuff up in you, man.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Word.
Putting the right things in you.
Yeah.
So this is like like I said, this is like one of the more popular ones right now. So Limitless.
Yes, sir. Hey, well, you heard it from the man himself. So get in contact with my guy. We'll put his information here, and you have access to all of this, man. And it's on your website, too?
Everything's on the website.
Cool. We'll put it there. All right, man.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
Yum, yum.